Thing's stretched out again, I think. Oh yeah, that's right, it always does this. This one's kind of weird that way. Oh well, anyhow, Glitch Reaper here, aka, in this configuration, the original card game for the win, and I need to set a separate clock because this is again one of those things that kind of doesn't like to let me see the clock at the right time, the right way, because it does this weird thing with the screen that takes some repositioning, so pardon me as I, for a brief moment, did while talking through this and distracting you, get my phone ready to act as a clock. Okay, now let's go to battle mode because I've got something left to do. I can't see my achievements from here, but I was in fact able to get the one for using Chandra Roaring Flame, so you can still get them in single player, which is of course very important. Now, thing is, there's one I've got left, and I'm gonna try for a while to get it done, and just see how long that goes on for. But at least for a while, I'll give it a try. But I'm going to put it on easy because that way the computer's AI is set a bit lower. And, well, medium represents more the real difficulty of the game overall, usually, and kind of the variety you get. But... What the... My phone's giving me a weird message. I don't think it was one that was meaningful. Anyhow, as I was going to say, easy will probably make it a little easier for me to do this achievement, because it's kind of humongous. It's called Master of the Hunt, and if I get this right, that would be really awesome. But I've kind of changed this deck around a bit. It's one you might not have seen before anyhow. But it's my heavy elf deck. It has black and green elves. There's a few non-elf cards in it that, in terms of creatures, that I'm using for support and to kind of slow things down while I'm kind of building up. And I've kind of switched things around to be even more geared towards trying to preserve my elves, because you get an achievement for controlling 6 elves at once, which is actually, in a way, kind of tricky at first, but that was with other factors that no longer exactly apply because of the whole changes in the game, and the fact that it's kind of on... it's just their mode. But I will try to do this, because you can actually still get those Steam achievements if they still apply. So I'm going to try to see if I can set up a few things early on, and see if I can build momentum. So I'll definitely need to use the computer versions as much as possible, because in terms of like going against a player, I'd have to personally know them, and they'd have to be literally assisting me getting it. So it's better to do it against the computer in this case. Otherwise, you'd be conspiring to get your achievements there. Well, Ketra's Monument might help, so I might be able to buy myself some time. But I might have to... Well, that'll help. Actually, that'll help a lot. This one could probably work out. Fertile Thicket? Yes. Okay. It allows me to look at the top 5 cards of my deck, or my library, which is not there yet, and I can pick out a land and put it on top. So whenever it comes into play, I can do something special with it. They can give me a little bit of boost. Washer Cultivator. They can't attack unless they're improved. I'll go ahead and play the Swamp, so that I have at least something later. Sylvan Advocate. Thank you for helping out. They're actually pretty decent, actually. If I can get a lot of lands, I could get a power-up, which will help even more. Okay, computer had nothing. That's good, because I need to be able to build my forces, and preferably not destroy the computer. I know, weird concept. You're not trying to win the game, you're trying to do an achievement. So that makes things a bit different. I'm trying to build up for it, so we'll see. Okay, they've got a hippo. I don't know, that one's meant for... Well, I guess I can penalize them a bit for having that out. But that'll take it out too. I mean, I may have to sack a few elves along the way to get my achievement. And that one's literally meant to die, basically. Deadbridge Shaman, whenever it dies, the enemy has to discard a card, so it penalizes them for taking it out. I might as well attempt to take out that rather large token creature. Well, it's not really that large, but at this point, early in the game, it is. I did manage to get a little benefit out of it by knocking him down a bit. Oh, that's a slight problem. Okay. So the swamp. Let's zap their life a little bit. Again, I'm trying to go for something particular here. But I've also got to keep my life up long enough to be able to pull this off. But if I do suppress their ability to attack long enough, I might still be able to get it in the long run. And this is why it's hard to get that much at once. You kind of need a lot of luck with what they're playing, not being strong enough for them to want to actually deal with you. That's a problem, because that one's specifically for that. Although, this might be able to deal with it to a degree, because I'll be able to have a token elf. That'll buy me a little time. Sorry, I need to sack you now. You're getting bumped in the name of trying to hold this on longer. Watchful Naga. Okay. Oh dear. I get to actually use this. Well, sort of. I can't fully do it yet. But I can scry 2 with this guy. Let's see. I'm trying to remember which order this goes. Should get the Woodland Cemetery and then the forest. Means I should be able to power that up soon. May have to sack a little life to keep things going, but I might also be able to take out the Watchful Naga, because I've kind of got a few cards that'll help out more than others. See, that guy I've got to let through, because I can't take him out without losing, like, 2 elves. I don't want to do that. So this might be a lost round for pulling off the achievement. But it is a big one. Like, it's considered extremely rare. That is insane to deal with. But that one just powered up. And Doom is playing Age of Mythology. I can take out that Curd Ape as long as it doesn't get... or Curd Chieftain. Well, it is an ape. Glorybringer. That automatically keeps this from being, possible, I guess you could say. Because now it's definitely in restart time. Because I have to get a lot of traction for this one. Because 20 elves is actually quite a bit. I've got a few cards that can help me get more token elves in to kind of boost my numbers, but it's still going to be a hard uphill battle. And I don't have anything that just relentlessly helps me make elves. That's not in this game. So just letting you know, this one is a tad out of its own. I might choose to put him out at some point and swap him out for one of the Gear Hulks. Let's try... Well, that guy will buy me some time. Computer usually doesn't want to deal with a Gifted Aetherborn that much. Because it has both Death Touch and Lifelink. I mean, that is good to buy time with. Okay, Ketra's Monument. That'll actually help me quite a bit if I can get it out, because the idea with that one is I can get additional warriors to block for me. Yeah, they didn't want to risk it. Oh, there's one of my legendary elves. Okay, so I'll try Oketra's Monument first. See where I have to go. So I will do some attacking and life draining to keep myself going if I can. Okay, that's going to be very dangerous, but I'm also going to be able to gain some life back in a moment. In all likelihood. This Gifted Aetherborn does have Death Touch and Lifelink, so... Really getting that thing out of my way would be a good idea. Won't be able to be powered up, but they still probably will be careful about risking Death Touch. It might block with that. I'll get a little life back anyhow. Aha! It works. But I didn't get enough green. So I wasn't able to cast my other creatures, so I was able to trigger that for extra defenders. So again, this is one where things just didn't line up quite right. We'll see. They are ahead, but I do get life drain in. And that guy is no match for this one. Let's let that trigger. Okay. I'm gonna get a boost, and that ought to significantly increase my life drain. So lifelink, do your thing. Oh, the gulp. And that's what they're there for. I don't have any elves on the field right now. The point was to get 20 elves. This shows how tricky this is, actually. They had that in there? Oh, finally, a green. That wouldn't be intimidating for him, but at the same time, it's not quite the same. Okay, Gifted Etherborn. Let's see if we can carve a chunk out of enemy's defenses. They're gonna have to sack a lot to stop this. Or they just choose to have one nibbled. Gulp. Thanks for the life points. That'll buy me time for my strategies. Cause that one takes... Because this guy, Gwyn Guiltleaf Dane, he takes 2 green mana, and I don't have the ability to really do that entirely. Let's see, what's that? Another not... Yeah, it'd be a non-token creature. I may have to just... bite that for a while and see if I can create some kind of barrier. I know I have plenty of life and it'll get even more, but still. There's certain techniques I'm going to try to do if I can. Like having my Planeswalker out is a nice distraction. Or one of them anyhow. And now they're doing mouth to get a lot of cards drawn. Oh, thank you for the extra green. Yeah, let's not worry about that one. Actually, see, that was probably unrealistic to do that. I do need to pull that elf back. Yeah, I'm gonna let her go just to get this back in. And that also gives me an additional boost to this one. And I have more creatures, so let's see just how strong this happens. Okay. Eight, 9. Yeah, this is gonna buy me some serious time. Gulp. Thanks, Gifted Etherborn. That was very nice. Actually, I'm going to let that one through. It's their biggest thing, and it would be the one thing that I'd have to worry about for that being, like, adding up with the others that would be able to defeat it, so. Oh, greater sandworm. That thing is humongous. And very problematic. But, there is the fact that I can get some more elves going around here. I just need to sacrifice one creature to me for me to say I'm going to get so much life that I don't have to worry too much. But if they have more than one thing in my way, I have a problem. Up there goes that Bitterblade Warrior. So I don't have to worry about his Death Touch attack that he can do on his turn. Yeah, he's gone. And I just devoured a bit more life points. But then there's that Sandworm. It's going to do a lot of damage each time. Or there's also the fact that sacrificing multiple tokens, I can take that thing out permanently. And none of them are elves. It's smashed, Minotaur. Oh, they had another one. Okay. See where that's going. Ah, swamp. Okay. See, plus. Okay, you get +4/+4, so be enough to seriously cause them to consider whatever they're doing. See if they'll feed the vampire Etherborn here. We'll group up. Nope, not grouping up. So I'm able to keep buying myself some time, because to build that much, like 20 elves, will take a while. I have a card in here. It's an elf creature that whenever you play another elf spell, Incrop Crasher. Okay, here we go. This could get a little wild. But whenever you play another elf spell, you get another elf creature token. I am kind of surprised. While I could, my strategy has been holding out pretty well. So Nissa, I'm sorry, but you'll have to go. Then I'll munch some of their creatures for more life. This could help. Well, at least next turn. Okay, Increp Crusher is gone. Gulp. Got you there. I have the planar bridge. Oh, its power is ridiculous. But I think I need at least one more land. Of course, this can help. Gunner. Hehe, that assassin is actually pretty awesome. See, how many elves do I have? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I'm not even at 6 again yet. It shows how tricky that actually was in the first place. But I'm able to keep my health up. I could actually just win against the computer and trample them like crazy just about any time. Because if I had that extra power on this one, they would be crushed. But I'm trying to go for an achievement here. There's the chieftain again. Let's see if the computer will use him or the hippo. A dead bridge shaman. So I don't have enough to power that. I need like one more mana source. There's 2 additional points of both power and toughness to this, in case you're wondering, whenever fully powered by my Sigil of Valor. I really do like that piece of equipment. For every other creature other than the one that's got it equipped, it gets a point of power and toughness until end of turn when attacking. So this is going to be a monumental gulp. Gulp. Like, hey, feeding time. And this really buys me time. Because they literally, right now the computer literally just can't do enough damage. I know it's got a card in that can be a problem, but even it's going to be quickly smashed over whenever it makes me mad. Because if they make me angry with a Glory Bringer, the fact is they can only target one creature or the other, and then they'll probably have to get Glory Bringer itself smashed. War Empath, so let's go. Okay, this is gonna be ridiculous. I need that to buy myself time. Why? Because some. Have you noticed the power of these two? It's just beyond ridiculous. So that would deal a lot of damage in a hurry if I let them. Sure, once a token and once it's gone, if I were to use the Death Touch aspect. Right now I'm using Lifelink to make sure that they will that the computer will run out of cards before I do. It's not like this matters yet. Even that pales in comparison with how much I've been gaining, so I don't even mind that I took 11 points of damage. That's how good this deck is working now, that I've got things to line up for me. I just need to bide time. For a Mire. And that allows me to bring something back from my graveyard. As long as it's a creature. Oh, the Hydra falls. The Honored Hydra has fallen, and it is in its token creature mode from Embalm. So that means it's gone forever. Okay, that got poofed. There is no way they can bring that back. And the computer has to also maintain the luck of having creature cards. Although I will just let it off for a few rounds, because I'm trying to build up my elves. I have a big deck. It's probably going to happen eventually. And they attacked again. They don't have a total amount of, like, power and toughness to deal with this whenever I let it go all out. So even if they used all three of those, they're not taking it down. That is a true safety margin, and that's something to go by. I mean, sure, you can be less cautious and hope, or whatever, but let's just face it. If you really want to make sure that things work out, you could do it that way. And the computer is running on borrowed time in another way because I have my Bantu's Monument working. But this would have done 6+ elves. It just wouldn't be like the full 20 I'm going for. I guess it would have been better if I'd replaced... Maybe I can replace Bantu's Monument with a different artifact. I have some other ones that might be good choices, but I'm trying to figure out what would really complement it instead. Okay, we have a problem. That's also a very annoying one. You took out that one? Really? The math is still not in the computer's favor. I'd just like to point that out. Even though I'm letting attacks through casually. But yeah, I might replace that with something else. I'm not sure what. Oh, this is the one. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token onto the battlefield. Okay, I've got some things I can do now. I don't have a non-legendary I can resurrect anyhow, so let's earn that emblem. Maybe I can take out that thing. So I can use her power to actually do it. Because her power lets me return things right to the battlefield, I think. Yeah. Did I remember that right? So I could bring a couple, I could let a couple things die and bring them back a bit. Here. That's one of them that I definitely need to. They threw the worm at me. It threw this. That was the one I was hoping to get rid of by letting a few things block and then building it back up with them. So, see, what's the converted mana cost of that one? 5. That would be pretty much your allotment. Okay, this one lets me pull off a few things. Need to build a little power here. I can use my planter gate anytime now. You're just about. Some things are just expensive. And some things just... Well, it takes a lot of mana to use it each time. Gotta think, what is the most perfect card that I need right now to build that up? So I need a ton of elves. Again, I may have to think about not having Bantu's Monument in this design. It's good for, in the interest of buying time and building huge amounts of life, but at the same time, just this combo here alone with a lot of creatures is apparently more than enough. So I'd have to line that circumstance up again. Gift of Paradise. Okay, they're buying themselves extra time. That's good, because that means I can do more. Also, I just about forgot. It's because this allows me to put the permanents directly onto the battlefield. I won't be casting it. If I'm not casting it, I won't suck their life out completely. Okay. Well, there's also that. But I want to... that would be a good idea if I made sure that that was fine. Yeah, I think I'll actually use this right now. Rebuild later, because I don't exactly need the emblem immediately. So let's power this up to make sure that they have an even harder time getting rid of it in the future. Okay, let's build my life points to ridiculous levels. Now it is literally block me or die. You don't have any other options, computer. You have to block. Finally, that Kurd chieftain goes down. Okay, so if I can get them directly in. Oh wait, I'd have to get all my elves in because I think I have to cast it as an elf spell for that ability to function. Should again subtract life from enemy, and I don't want them completely dead. Yes, my life points are now in triple digits. I'm aware. Ronus. Ronus the Indomitable. He means... Okay, he's just such a barrier, nothing will stop me. So I might as well do a few things. Let's go all out with this. I will take my Pima Outrider, which is an elf, put it on the field. +1/+1 counters, please. Tougher they are, the less likely the enemy will be to taking them out. Like ever. They've got nothing. I'm not gonna attack if they've got nothing. But that will trigger. And I'm going to be draining a little life from them, but ensuring that I also have an invincible warrior, and I am constricting my enemy so that they literally can't do anything. Or at least pretty close. Nope, I don't want to attack. This isn't about that. This is about an achievement. If they have a creature, I will run it over. There's the Glorybringer. I knew it was going to happen. They're limited to 2 copies because it's a rare, so that's the most problematic it's going to be. And they're so desperate for life points, they're probably going to have to block with it. Oh, you're doing that. Okay. That was a slight problem. Well, I do have this, and now that they may be slightly peeved, I'm gonna go ahead and let them get drained a little bit more. Come on, Elf Edition. Keep powering up. Free life now. You know, next turn I've got something that's probably gonna really help me out against that dragon. Sort of. What just happened?